NAV 141, treasure map versus Akainu. I'm going to be showing you my speed teams for this treasure map that I built. It's honestly a very easy treasure map, probably the easiest we've had in a while, just because of how bare the gimmicks are. Also because the intrusion doesn't scale on stage 2. It's very easy to get around. I'm not going to be showing you my intrusion team here because it's nothing too crazy, but I'm going to be showing you teams for the mini boss as well as the final boss. So this treasure map itself, it once again is gonna have the secret rainbow chest on bonus maps. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a thing forward for every single treasure map. It's not a special feature we had for last three. So on the secret maps, you want to make sure you get the final rainbow chest, and that one is gonna contain either 10 tablets of any generic tablet, or either a level 1 break wanted poster for rare recruit characters, or it also might have a very low chance of getting a super tandem, last tap, or a rush. So this treasure map, honestly, in terms of the gimmicks, it's very bare, but either way, it's still optimize your speed, and these teams that I made are definitely very good. The damage is also very good. I'm at around about now 140, as I said at the start, so the damage needs to be quite high. Obviously not too high right now. I only need to deal about 50 million to kill the mini bosses at this point, but these teams deal about 100 to 150 to 200 million damage depending on which team you're looking at. But the first mini boss here against Kobe, this team uses double level 1 break 5 version 2 law. So this character is really good for this mini boss because all of our crewmates get binded and our captains get despair. So running him as a captain, not only is he a very good captain, he's a -2 cooldown to our cerebral units, but his special is going to get around both the despair and the bind, as well as give us a ore boost and a base attack boost, which is what having a good special in treasure map is all about. You want to have a good combination of utility and both damage. Otherwise, you're wasting time and you're not being efficient with your specials. So just try to be very efficient with your specials. Make sure, like this law, you're getting both utility and damage out of the units. And then we have the PvP. I don't know where this character came from, but either way, that Akainu, he's going to be a very good legend to get around. I mean, to give us an attack boost and also a conditional attack boost. Akainu is very good for damage later on. At this stage, I do use his special because I recently needed the damage. But either way, on stage 1, we can use our other law special to wave clear. He's pretty fast. He's not the fastest special, but he gets the job done. And we use our unevolved Kikinojo and Izo to wave clear, and that's because using the evolved version of this character on one of my other mini boss teams. Since law gives a ton of cooldown, they are still already in their unevolved form. They have a very high cooldown of 15. Then we can just use our law and then our Akainu, and that way I have an attack boost or boost color affinity, a conditional attack boost, and then we can just tap on our law and also our Karen and Wanda to kill. Karen and Wanda are just there as a stat stick, as a quick character that are boosted, and our Shirahoshi is just there for the rainbow orbs. So overall, a very strong team. One of our laws deals about 70 million damage, so this team should deal about 200 to 250 million in total. So a very good team in terms of strength. Unfortunately, it does require your law to be at level 5, otherwise the special won't work and get rid of all the debuffs. For the second mini boss here against Garp, so this team is quite unorthodox with the captain that we're using. Most people are using other paralysis reducing captains. For this team here, we're using Miok. So Miok is actually a pretty decent captain for how old he is. A 5x multiplier for int units. He also gives you -1 cooldown, so he's pretty decent if you're using a speed team. And then, as I said before, the 10 cents of paralysis reduction is awesome. So how this team works is we're going to use Caesar on stage 1 to keep his second, his double special activation. We're going to keep his second special for the final stage for a conditional boost. So Caesar's nice for that fast wave flare and his conditional boost. And then we're going to use Laws, we're going to use Zoro, not only wave flare fast, but also give us -1 turns of cooldown, which is necessary for our Shanks to be ready. Now I did get the cooldown buff on this particular playthrough, so as you'll see, I didn't really need it in this playthrough, but otherwise, one cooldown from your Zoro special. So any other unit that wave clears and gives a turn of cooldown to that Shanks is gonna be worth running. And then on the final stage, just make sure you hit your perfects, because Miok's captain is about 2 times weaker if you're a good or a great. So make sure you hit a perfect on Zoro and then a perfect on your black. This team should also deal about 200 million in total. And although it's 3 specials and 2 supports at max damage, those 3 specials, Shanks of Blackbeard and also Caesar, all are very fast to activate. So this team is pretty good on the speed either way. And it really only needs 1 special on the final stage and no supports at the start of the treasure map. We just have a bunch more supports and specials for damage. For this team, this is probably my favorite one. It's very efficient with our specials. We're using Double Carrot and we're using Roger and Whitebeard. They are a very good legend for treasure map. If you do have them, they are very nice, because not only do they get rid of 20 turns of despair, but they also buff your attack boosts and color affinity significantly. So we are really abusing that in this team, and we are using Jesus Burgess on stage 1, because he's not only going to wave list, but he also gives us a 5-turn fighter 1.5x attack boost. While in service, that seems very weak for the final stage. We can use our Roger and Whitebeard to buff that up to a 3x attack boost, so very significant. And then on stage 2 we use Kikinojo and Izo, this time the Volt version to wave clear. On the final stage, just use Roger and Whitebeard. As you can see here, they are very quick with their special. Use Lucci to get around the enemy's defense up, give us an orb boost, a base attack boost, and then just one of our taps from Carrot deals 73 million. So it deals about 150 million in total, depending on how leveled your Carrot is. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend this team if you don't have your Carrot at a high level. Otherwise, the damage won't be nearly as good, but you can still have it go. It should still work in theory, just a lot weaker. But that's going to be for this team. It's very strong, very fast, and it's very efficient with our special uses. And then on the final mini boss against Aokiji, once again, we're going to use a paralysis reducing captain. No, my bad. We're using Ace, who is the most common captain used in this treasure map. Everyone is using him since the quest does have special rewind and also special bind. And he's just going to allow us to negate that entirely. And also, Ace is a really good captain, being -1 cooldown. He's actually -2 cooldown if you have him both at Limit Break Expansion and Level Limit Break 3. But either way, I digress. He's a very strong captain. Well, that's all you need to know. And then we're going to use his specials 1 and 2 to wave clear. And yeah, he's a very fast wave clearing special, which is another thing I like about this character. He's very versatile in his use. And then on the final stage, we're going to make use of the new level Limit Break batch with the treasure map Whitebeard. And what he does is he's going to give us an attack boost, or boost, and currency boost. We have the support of Marco on him for a chain boost, which is going to go well with our special of Play Sanji getting rid of the barrier and giving us a chain boundary effect. We have one from Hiyori's crewmate, and then we can just kill the enemy from there. This team is probably the weakest out of all of them. It deals about 100 to 150 mil max. It's not too great. Obviously, if your ace is at level on break 3, then you're going to have a lot more damage. Unfortunately, mine are at level on break 2, but it's still really good, and it's going to suffice for a very long time. And that's going to be for the mini boss teams. I hope you guys enjoyed those. I know this is quite a late video. Very sorry for how scarce the uploads have been on the channel, but you will see more from me in the future. I have a lot to say about the new Kizuna batch, and I was gonna make a video talking about the recent super PvP, but it's been quite a while since then, so I'm not gonna still do that video. And honestly, this anniversary, there's a lot of pulls that I didn't upload. So you may have seen my first pull video for the part 1 of the anniversary for Luffy and Yamato, where I got extremely lucky. But I actually did a ton of pulls on part 2 for Sanji. I did 30 multis for him. I had to go to the guarantee for him. But other final boss team, stage 1, we use our we just normally and get through the turtles. And then we have friend Captain Blackbeard. He's gonna do a bulk of the work. And what we're gonna do is he's gonna use his special Nami and Robin on the stage 2. That's going to get around the debuffs and give us an attack boost, or boost, and color affinity boost. We can also use Big Mom for a chain lock, which we do at high NAV levels like this. We do need her 3.5x damage. And then from there, just make sure you get your versus gauge, Blackbeard and for Blackbeard and Whitebeard. We're gonna need it on the final stage. There we can just kill the enemy. We have quite a lot of dead or boosted. They deal a ton of damage. Unfortunately, Robin is the only one with the color affinity on that stage 2, but that's fine. The damage is still really good. The final stage, we can use Zoro to not only get around the threshold, but also get around the paralysis orbs. We have the support of Legend Frankie for a 1.4x attack boost. We can for all the stuff he gives, and then we can use the versus effect to get around the last turn of the enemy's defense up and give us a color affinity boost. So the damage is quite at this point. So if I were to go to extremely high navs, I'd probably have to change up the steam. But either way, it works, and we have a pretty decent point boost. We're running no units below 1.35x, which is what it's all about if you aren't having any of the new boosters. So that's going to be it for these teams. Anyways, as I was saying before about my pools, I did have to go to 30 for Sanji guaranteed, but I got a ton of other new units. I would have uploaded on my pools, but I unfortunately did lose those recordings, so that's why I didn't upload them. Besides that, I did 2 multis on the King banner for the part 3 of the anniversary, and I did end up pulling King, as well as the Fighting Pirates from that multi, so it was really good. I'm just going to show you my get date to show you what I got. Yeah, as you can see, recently I did a multi. I got the Fighting Pirates and King, and then I got Killer, Sanji, we got Treasure, what's his face? Treasure Map Jumbe. We also got Hawkins, Super Tandem Shanks, a bunch of rare recruits and special Treasure Map characters, which is awesome. And then you already saw the video where I got Odin and Toki, and nice characters. So that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. You'll be seeing more from me in the future. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys within the next video.